right, fam, now for our feature story of the day. Trump's son backs new Bitcoin mining venture with Hut 8. That's right. U.S. President Donald Trump's sons partner with Hut 8 to launch American Bitcoin. That's the name of the company, aiming to build the world's largest Bitcoin mining firm with strategic reserves. Major news. And there's also major news with a proposal regarding Bitcoin bonds in the United States purchasing $2.22 billion worth of Bitcoin, or 2.2 million Bitcoin. We'll dive into that next. But first, let's break this one down. As you can see on your screen, several members of U.S. President Trump's family are backing a new venture to launch what aims to become the world's largest Bitcoin mining firm. Hut 8, the digital asset mining and infrastructure company, announced March 31st today it's acquiring a majority stake in American Bitcoin, formerly known as the American Data Center. The firm was founded by a group of investors, including Trump's sons, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. And as part of the deal, American Bitcoin will take ownership of the Hut 8's Bitcoin mining hardware. Donald Trump Jr. said the entrepreneurs behind American data centers have backed their conviction in Bitcoin personally and through their businesses. The new venture aims to become the world's largest, most efficient pure-play Bitcoin miner while building a robust strategic Bitcoin reserve, according to the announcement. Mining operations will remain under Hut 8's Commute segment and will operate through the American Bitcoin brand, according to Trump Jr. Quoting him here, mining it on favorable economic opens and even bigger opportunity. We are excited to bring investors into that equation through a platform engineered to execute on this thesis and deliver real, tangible participation in Bitcoin's growth. President Trump continues to promote pro-crypto policy as his family and affiliated companies expand their presence in the digital asset landscape. March 28th, he pardoned 3 co-founders of crypto exchange BitMEX, including Just Blaze, Arthur Hayes, which we covered here in the podcast. And on March 21st, the U.S. Treasury dropped a decentralized crypto mixer, Tornado Cash, from the sanctions list, invalidating related legal proceedings. And additionally, the SEC won't let me be and let CZ free. Please stack the BTC. All right. And Commission Division of Corporate Finance recently stated that meme coins do not qualify as securities under the U.S. law. And progress is underway on the creation of the National Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. And on the commercial front, Trump launched his official Trump meme coin. His Trump Technology Group also announced partnership with Crypto.com, which is expected to support a new suite of crypto exchange-traded funds. That's right. They're launching their own ETFs. The Trump family has been involved in launching a decentralized finance protocol on Aave called World Liberty Financial, as well as introducing a new stablecoin named USD1. Let's not forget about the infamous Melania meme coin launch as well. So you can see Trump is heavily involved in crypto. Let's not forget multiple NFT launches as well. You know, remember the infamous mugshot collection? Hilarious. But anyway, strategic shift for Hut 8. Hut 8 CEO Asher Janut recognized the launch of American Bitcoin as a pivotal evolution in the firm's strategy. He said that separating the mining business from the rest of the corporate activities would allow it to raise its own capital and align each segment of the business with its respective cost of capital. Quoting him here, it evolves Hut 8 towards more predictable, financeable, lower cost of capital segments and establishes American Bitcoin as a pure play mining platform built for the exahash growth, Bitcoin production, as well as operating leverage. The report follows Hut 8 surpassing $1 billion worth of Bitcoin holdings. Let's go. After acquiring 990 BTC for $100 million at the end of the year in 2024, and at the time the company's total Bitcoin mining stood at 10,096 BTC, acquired at an average price of 24,000 per Bitcoin equals winning, especially at today's price of 85. Now, Bitcoin mining revenue approached $3.6 billion in the first quarter of 2025 as industry income stabilized after the last halving. Recent data also shows the miners' revenue per unit of the hash power remained constant at around $48 per petahash per second, despite the mining difficulty increasing. So what are your thoughts on the Trump family following through with their word? Because as I shared earlier, remember in Nashville, Trump said he would make America the Bitcoin mining hub of the world. Well, it sounds like he's following through with his plan, and I'm glad they chose a reputable, already large, massive Bitcoin miner to get it done, because obviously they have the equipment, they have the knowledge, and really all the Trump's got to do is attach their name to it and make some more favorable laws, and all of a sudden they will become the largest Bitcoin miner in the world. So that's pretty major news. Max put here, this is good news for American Bitcoin miners, but the investment itself will underperform both Bitcoin and MicroStrategy. So he's saying it's good for the American Bitcoin miners, but expect Bitcoin and MicroStrategy to continue to outperform their, new company for mining the Bitty. So what are your thoughts on all that? Do let me know. And I also mentioned there was some big news with the Bitcoin bonds right before I went live. I'm sure tomorrow there'll be a lot of stories printed around it, but here it is. Just in, Bitcoin Policy Institute releases a framework for the United States to buy $200 billion worth of Bitcoin using Bit bonds. And I'm just going to read you the framework. And like I said, by tomorrow, there'll probably be a ton of articles published about it, and we'll dive deeper into it. But as you can see here, Bitcoin enhanced treasury bonds operate similarly to conventional treasury securities, but with an embedded Bitcoin component that transforms their risk return profile. The U.S. Treasury would issue B bonds with a stated face amount and maturity. And unlike traditional bonds, all the proceeds go to the general funding. A fixed portion of the Bit bond, 10%, is used immediately to purchase Bitcoin for the Treasury's strategic Bitcoin reserve. The remaining majority of the proceeds, 90%, still finances government operations in the usual way. Figure 3, building the strategic Bitcoin reserve. And as you can see, under this structure, if $2 trillion worth of Bitcoin bonds were issued, roughly 20% of the 2025 refinancing needs, about $200 billion would be invested into Bitcoin, securing approximately 2.2 million BTC at an illustrative price of 90,000 per coin. And per the National Reserve, this allocation balances strategic Bitcoin exposure with conventional treasury functionality. So there you have it. Pretty little bitty going up forever, Laura. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know and I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream.